For the last 3 years, I have been using index cards to create goals and kind of achieve them and create my ideal life like it was a vision board. So in this video, I'm going to show you a step-by-step of how to achieve your 2024 goals, or just goals in general, for the new year using index cards, and why I prefer it over any other method. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss another one of my videos, and let's get into today's video. So let's talk about exactly how this works. Index cards. What do I mean by that? It's exactly what I mean. Index cards. Instead of using a vision board, I actually used to make one. I just use index cards, and I'm going to show you my 2023 vision board. So I always start off with, there's two sections. You have your core goals, which is what you want your life to look like in the future. Then aside from your core goals, you have your yearly goals. These are things that you are essentially action steps, not really goals, things that you are working towards to make your core goals actually become reality. So your core goals keep you in track to what you want your dream life to look like, where your yearly goals make it so these are like action steps, like little steps towards what you want your life to look like. I personally prefer to separate them by two different colors. So I'll think about the year and kind of the color it gives off, which is kind of weird, but I love separating them by color. And the amazing thing about this is you can just study this like flashcards, like look at it every day. So the repetition just makes it easy for you to constantly know what your goals are and just work towards them. And you can customize them as much as you want or as little as you want, because I've seen people just use a black pen and index cards and that's it, and then just write like goals or quotes, literally whatever makes it so that you're working towards your dream life. So that's essentially how this all works. But then I'm going to show you like a step-by-step process of how I like to make mine, because I feel like I'm just like a tad bit extra. So let's get into let's make one, like you can follow the process with me. So first thing is I always make goals, and then I simplify my goals to make them more action steps, not really goals, more specific to be exact. So with my core goals, I feel like I don't really like change them super often. My yearly goals, as they say, I change them annually. So, it kind of goes to that. So one of my goals is to read 25 books this year. So that would mean I would have to read 2 books in a month. So to make sure I read those, my action step is to read 30 pages every day. For me personally, it's easier to read 30 pages than it is 30 minutes, because I can just open a book and sit there and think about my life and then call that 30 minutes. Like, it's really bad. So I just prefer that over whatever. And then once I have those, I pick images from Pinterest that match what I want the vision to look like. So this is kind of like the vision board part. Again, I've seen people just write down what they want their life to look like and call it a day, and that's it. But me personally, I really, really need that like visual aspect of it, and again, making it super aesthetic. Some people don't even add color, some people do. It's up to you. I think one of the things that I like about it, like I said, it's flashcards, so it kind of gets ingrained in your mind, so you're always thinking about like, what is this going to do for my life in the future? And it just makes it easier for you to stay on track. I also feel like it just keeps me more organized and on track to everything, because when I used to do vision boards, because I used to do them, I just felt like I never really accomplished anything. Like, I don't remember a time where I accomplished any of those goals. So keep that in mind when you're doing them. Also, a really cool thing about it is when you make a vision board, you're kind of plastering this thing, like you glue all your images and your words on a board, and that's it for the year. With the index cards, if you are not accomplishing this goal, or you realize that something in your life makes it, like, because life happens, impossible for you to make this goal or action step, or it just doesn't fit into your life anymore, you can just chuck it, take it out of your deck and make a new one, or don't make a new one, whatever you want to do. I personally haven't done that, but I did want to revamp it. So after I choose my images, this year I started a brand new vision board index card deck. I usually just change my yearly goals. I've had the same one for like 3 years. So I'm very excited that I can revamp it up. So My pictures were a little bit big compared to my last year's one, so I bought bigger index cards, and I didn't mean to like get the images so big, but I didn't realize that my collage was going to end up like with massive photos. So personally, again, I like having the images. I like creating like my dream life per se with these images. um Another thing that I kind of play around with is sometimes I'm not as specific as I want to be, because again, sometimes things happen, your goals change, your life goal and dream life changes. So one of the very first ones I will show you is me saying create my dream lifestyle, and the reason I left it like very bland, very unspecific, was because my dream lifestyle now could obviously change in the future. Like, I want to move to Chicago, but like, what if I go to Chicago again? I've been to Chicago, I love it. What if I go again and realize that I don't want to live there? Then boom, it's not my dream lifestyle anymore. So I didn't put like live in Chicago, because then I didn't want to like have to change that whole index card, but that's just me. So if you want to be super specific, keep that in mind. You might have to change it in the future, but again, this is very customizable, and I just think it's easier that way. And again, I also use two different colors. So it's my graduation year, and my school colors are like blue and white and navy. So I really thought about like a blue theme, and then I usually use brown for my core goals, just because I love having beige and brown together. I'm trying to add more color into my life, but I really do love those two just together and interchangeable. So I think another thing that kind of is a good example of action steps is I want to learn Turkish. I mean, I've been practicing, but I've been off my game. And instead of just saying, get better at Turkish, which I used to do, you know, we all go through years where we don't make specific goals. I said I want to practice Turkish for 5 minutes every single day. I did a lot of that. I'm like, practice this every single day. Do this every day. This is going to make it easier for you to attain whatever goal you actually have in mind. So instead of writing down your goals, think about kind of a mindset you want to create. And then that way, it's a lot easier for you to get through creating this index card, vision board, whatever. Another thing that I realized that the reason I really like it is because I just tend to gravitate towards it more. I just keep it in my like drawer inside my desk, and for some reason I just open that up and I'm like, oh, let me look through my index cards for today or whatever. And I genuinely think that it's just easier because you're constantly thinking about like, oh yeah, let me work towards this, or like I need to work towards this for today. I'm not totally bashing on vision boards and manifest boards and all that. Like, it works for some people. For me personally, I prefer this way. Once I found it, I was like, bingo. I did not come up with this. This was like another YouTuber, I forgot her name, but I saw her video and I was like, ooh, this could be me. This is gonna be me in the future. So that's what I've personally started doing. So overall, when you're doing this whole thing, I think just do whatever works for you. I think another great advantage to this is it's super affordable, because you can make it as simple, or I guess as extra as you want it to be. So again, some people just use a gel pen and a index card, and then that's it. So like what? That's under $2, because you buy a deck of index cards and then your black pen, like maybe like $1.50, who knows? But I think if you are more of a visual learner, this would be really cool if you add like pictures and stuff. Another thing that I do is I put what type of goal it is on the back, because it just makes it easier to divide your deck in half. You should most likely have more core goals than you do yearly goals, just because your core goals are the one, like that's what you're working towards in life, you know? So those things should kind of weigh out more than your yearly goals. So overall, I think that it would be super interesting for you guys to let me know what you think of like vision boards. Have you always used vision boards, or like are you thinking about maybe making an index card vision board? Because I'm obsessed. Personally, I do say it's portable. A lot of people say that they take it on vacation. I'm personally a very clumsy person, and I'll probably leave it somewhere. So then there, all my vision's down the drain. So I personally don't take it anywhere, but I would totally like understand if you like want to study your vision board like in, I don't know, Bora Bora or something. Like that would be cool. Me personally, I would lose it. So at least I know that. Another thing is it's super private. You don't have everyone, like if you have it in your room or in your living room, no one's gonna see it because it's just for you, your dream life. I am the kind of person that when it comes to like my goals, my dreams, my aspirations, I'm very private about them because I feel like if I tell someone about them, sometimes they won't happen. I don't know. I don't know if that's superstitious. I'm not a very superstitious person, but I like to keep those things to myself. So, I'm going to show you the final results. Another thing I like to do, which is kind of weird, is I organize them a certain way. I couldn't tell you what way I organize them. I think I organize them based off of like what order they should be accomplished. I think your core goals are harder to organize than your yearly goals, because your yearly goals is like, what do you want to accomplish first? What are the stepping stones that will probably happen first? So for me, graduation will probably happen before everything. The last thing will probably be me going to Chicago with Sophia. So that's going to be in September. So I already know that's going to be later in the year. So I keep that in the back. But I'm going to show you a couple of the end results. I love this. So I always use a little binder clip. That's my aesthetic. I love gold. I just love it. See, create my dream lifestyle, become closer to God. Like, I just love how big, like, I'm actually happy with the big index cards. I'm not going to show you everything because obviously a couple of them need to be for me. So then here's me graduating with honors. This is the first one, right? Then you got read 30 pages. I don't know why I put that second. I think I just threw that in there. Then I put all of the get a credit card. That could happen any time of the year, so this kind of just thrown at random. And then maintain a healthy lifestyle. So those are just a couple things. See, they're not really goals, more of like mindsets I want to create and things that I want to do in my life. The only one that's a goal is get monetized on YouTube. By doing that, make sure you guys let me know if you guys are thinking about doing an index card vision board from now on. Let me know what your dream life looks like, the goals you keep in mind. Are you going to try this in the future? I would love to know. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss another one of my videos. And also, comment down below Angel's Team. So then I know that you stayed until the end of the video and you're part of the Angel's Team, which means you subscribe and hit the bell. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the love and support. I hope you guys have an amazing holiday season and end of the year. And yeah, stay tuned until next Sunday's video because I promise you guys it will be an amazing one. Bye, guys.